Welcome to my channel, to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. Bitcoin is currently trading at 83,888 US dollar, and I am again short for Bitcoin. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for price development of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. You will also find another video on my channel where I analyze various altcoins daily. That's definitely worth checking out too. And if you also want to trade with cheap taker fees, then I can recommend you mexc. Mexc is ranked 10 in the crypto exchanges globally and has also a similar trading volume to Bitget and Bybit. And we also have far more coins to trade with on mexc. If you want to give it a try, you can use my link in the video description where you save another 20% on your fees, on your trading fees. Also 100 pairs, 0 fees, just on mexc. And you can see here popular altcoins. Yeah, most of them are even in my daily analysis, so it's worth checking out as well. So I would like to start with the chart analysis of Bitcoin immediately, but I have to do a small recap how I traded yesterday. So in this green candle I have opened a short trade because I have seen on the 50 minutes chart that we got a break to the downside and here the retest in that area. I have also said we can get a bit more up, but my stop loss would be over that wick. So my stop loss didn't get hit. In the end of the day, we sold off very sharp. And I have said we can get, like we had a fair value gap here, if you remember that. And we should fill that up. That's the minimum target of the short trade. If we break that to the downside, then we can even reach for a price dump to the downside up to 70k. Yeah, that was our plan. And we have said we are going to take 50% out of the trade if we hit certain targets. And the targets, I had 9 or 10 positions at the same time opened for all the coins on your right side. And I have seen, for example, Ethereum. Here was our take profit. Ethereum hit already my take profit. Yeah, 50% got out in that trade. Dogecoin as well. Right here, this was our target. 50% got taken out of the market. And Solana, right here in that box, here was at our take profit, 50% out of Solana. And since I saw so many coins going into my take profit, yeah, it's the same like we had 2 days ago, I'm automatically closing other short positions of me which didn't went into my take profits yet. Yeah, because if my take profits get hit with, let's say, 40 or 50% of my positions, then I'm actually have to calculate my take profit areas for the other coins new, because the market didn't show the weakness for some coins. Yeah, for example, HBAR. We have said right here it's short, and we can reach down to 15.5 cents. Yeah, to fill that fair value gap. Bitcoin already closed its fair value gap, so take profit should have been set. Ethereum went into my take profit, Dogecoin went into my profit, Solana went into my profit, take profit areas. So where was HBAR? HBAR was here. Do I think just because my coins went into my take profit area that HBAR is going like this? No, if I already take profits, then there is something, like for example a huge support where we can expect a bounce, or the chart pattern target, and so on and so on. So basically that's why I closed 50% of my trades in that push to the downside. And what I've done then is I have set my stop loss to break even, and all my short trades got closed break even, but it's just the 50% which I had in my short trade. The other 50% went into profits, the other 50% break even. So overall, my profit was 7 to 8%, somewhere there. So it wasn't that profitable, but still profit is profit. Okay, small recap, done. Let's get to Bitcoin. So the whole structure of Bitcoin is looking to me very corrective. Yeah, you can see, for example, how fast we sell off and how slow we get up. And the whole structure here looks very corrective to me. I haven't seen any impulsive pump beside this one, but this pump was based on news, and this one here on fake news. And I don't like if coins pump up for news, but as you can see, we pumped up with the 90 days tariff delay, or however it is. Anyway, in the end of the day, 100% correction to the downside. Yeah, the whole pump got 100% closed. So we were at the same price level as before the news came out. That's why I don't like news-based pumps. So what I also don't like is that yesterday I had just one green trend line where I would have said, okay, if we get over it, then we can actually think about a bullish reversal, that this here was with a high chance our low, and from here we can actually get up to 95,000, even 100,000 US dollar. It's possible. We didn't get even over the first green trend line. Now I have seen another trend line, which is a huge resistance and very important resistance. I will tell you why. We just have to zoom in. Here we have got support. Here we fell lower than that and got here resistance. Here, yeah, let's say we count it as support. Here resistance. Here we tried to get over it, but also sold off and got rejected. Here also resistance, 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 support, resistance. So whenever we got into the 84,500 US dollar, we have seen some price movement into the other direction. And now we are coming from the downside. Here we are coming from the downside. And what is going to happen here? Is it just going to be in the other, I don't know, 10 cases, a rejection? Then this is going to happen. If it's going to be a breakout with a retest where we have support, then we can get a nice push. Like we got, for example, here. We broke that to the upside, we retested it, and after that, we got a push. So if we see that, that would be positive. If not, then my scenario is still ongoing, 70k for Bitcoin. I don't think why Bitcoin should pump up now. It looks to me also that, okay, it's not looking that good, but this whole thing can just be a double top pattern, which we later then break to the downside and use the liquidity and the liquidations to get down here. Yeah, so what I have done is I have opened a new Bitcoin short position, also for all the altcoins here beside ONDO. ONDO is another, I made ONDO short position. I didn't do render. Render is a different story for me at the moment. But still, I opened a small short position. And if we really break support to the downside, like for example the 81,150 US dollar, where I think we have that red trend line, where I would say if we break that to the downside, then the chance would be high that for sure we go back into the 79,000 US dollar to that support here. But if we also break that to the downside, then it might be possible that this here wasn't our low and we are going into the fair value gaps here with a higher chance. Yeah, but I would still wait for the 81,150 US dollar. I mean, I can also say, okay, here's the trend line, and the current breakout would be at 80,255. But I would just take it out because Bitcoin is not doing this with one candle. So it needs time. Also, it's weekend. So everything is going to be a bit slower. But we have seen lately that on Sundays we can still get massive price movements to the upside, but also to the downside. So I would be also careful there. Like I said, small long short position opened already. And if we break something to the downside, then I can increase my position size. I can even double up. And what is going to happen here is, if I double up, for example, here, and the market goes up, then my average price would be here, for example, and I can set my stop loss to break even. So I have tried to get a huge profitable trade, or got out with plus minus zero. That's what I'm going to try. And yeah, I'm confident that it is even going to work. So Ethereum looks much more worse than Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is already somewhere here, and Ethereum is still here. The whole move to the upside was also based on news. Yeah, we had here an corrective move to the upside where I've tracked a rising wedge. If that would have broken to the downside, then we would have got a new low. And I think it should have happened if we didn't get the news from the tariffs. So we got the tariffs, crypto pumped up, stocks pumped up. Here again, we were here lower than before we got even the news. Yeah, Bitcoin was 1-to-1 the same, but here we got the news, and after we sold off, we were even lower than in the beginning of the news. And the whole structure here looks to me very corrective. Yeah, we are not getting, for example, a nice push to the upside where we can get again low, where we can see a bull flag, another bullish pattern, break that to the upside. If we would have seen that, then I would have said, okay, Ethereum is bullish. But this whole structure, I mean, we are just in a new falling rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern. And if the 1,560 US dollar, if that breaks to the downside, then we can actually get back to 1,470 US dollar, which is also support, which we can see from the past. If we also break that to the downside, then make sure that this wasn't our low for Ethereum. Yeah, the chance is always there that we can drop to 1,000 US dollar. Yeah, I don't want to scare you right now, but I think the chance is high that we get to 1,350 US dollar just to retest the orange trend line again. But if we really break that also to the downside, then where should Ethereum go? We don't have any kind of support left lower than us, just from the old bull and bear markets. I don't want to use them. I want to use our current data. So basically it looks then very, very bearish to me, but hey, it's just a chance to buy Ethereum even cheaper back. Yeah, for Ethereum, I really have to wait for the 1,713 US dollar. Yeah, nothing changed from the price since. Anyway, then it would be long for me and bullish, but still, right now I don't see Ethereum going bullish. Instead, if we go into the 1-hour chart, we get so far candidates like this and need 20 other candidates to buy that candle up, just to do probably in the next days another huge red candle, where we also need then a lot of time to buy that up, and then another big candle, and so on and so on. Yeah, so it can happen even very fast. But in the end of the day, all the altcoins, Bitcoin, doesn't look good to me. And I think we are going to get rejected soon. So thank you for watching. If I gave you valuable insights, I would be happy if you give me a like. And also, since it's going to be weekend, if you want to get an analysis to stocks or other cryptos, you can write that in the comments. I can look over it. I have the time on the weekend, but keep in mind that I'm not looking daily into those charts. So basically I can just give you some basic informations, what I see if I look into the chart the first time. I can't take days or weeks for one chart, can't do it. But yeah, if you want my opinion to something, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you.